is up, folks? Jorge Anito here. Thanks for coming over. Welcome back. Welcome to the segment 2-minute tutorials. Count them 1, 2. A segment where I never stay around the 2-minute mark. I never have. I don't even know why I call this the 2-minute tutorials. I never stay at the 2-minute mark. Actually, I do know why I call it that. I think the first video I did make it right around 2 minutes. Somebody will have to check the playlist, let me know. The point of this segment is to offer a rapid-fire, quick, fast, cut away the fat, keep the meat sort of tutorial style where I offer just some tricks, tips, thoughts on a Sleight, things that's helped me over the years, over the time that I've been performing a specific Sleight. Today, my friends, we're going to talk about the top change. Is a nice little switch. Shout out to Ben Marple's Magic. That's where the inspiration for this video came from, by the way. I seen a video he posted fairly recently where he was documenting his progress. He uploaded a video just showing some of the progress he'd made with this move, and he was inviting people's comments, feedbacks, and so here we go. Here's a few thoughts on that. I just want to remind you guys I'm not perfect at this. I've been doing it a while, but I'm not perfect. But here's just a few things that help me out. So let's get into it right now. And oh yeah, we're almost at the 2-minute mark now. So start timing me on the tutorial right now. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to use a bordered deck. However, in all seriousness, borderless cards work best for me in my experience. Pulling off the top change, top switch, borderless is the way to go, but it can be done with this, so let's get into it. So I think it's easier to follow with a bordered deck. And basically just a quick overview of the top change. It is where you're secretly switching the spectator selection with the top card. And it's what I've always been taught is to you don't want any movement from this hand right here. Your deck hand does all the work, and it's mainly this thumb on the deck hand, and it's just as simple as pushing this over. By the way, this goes on top. Pushing it over, grabbing, taking away. There it is. And you want this card that you switched out to be in the same position as the spectator's card. So maybe you're holding it up here. Well, you want the switched card to be in that position as whatever position you're in, whether you're holding it like this, like this, like this. However, you want to end in that same position. That's going to be very important. Okay. This is just some ways that I like to practice this. Okay, so now that we have a quick rundown, quick overview of the top change, here are some ways to practice this. This is what I like to do. Okay, so a lot of times you see this big movements, like with this hand. Say they got this card, you'll see this hand sweep in and come away, or you'll see these big body movements, and that's okay to practice. But try it with your other hand. Try coming in like this and keeping the deck hand still. Just try doing that. Once you're comfortable with that, try this. Keeping this hand completely stationary and just switching out this card. Here, let's do this. Almost looks kind of magical. Okay. This is one of my favorite ways of performing this. Is it's in the action of you're taking the card and you're just cocking it back and you're throwing it on the table. Here, so in the action of cocking it back, you're switching it and throwing in the indifferent card, just like that. And it's just as simple as coming in this way. I mean, it's simple. This is a fairly easy move, guys, but it's all about timing. It's all about aiming the deck in the necktie position. And what the necktie is sort of pointing this area of the deck toward the neck of the spectator, or right around the area where their necktie would normally be, because, you know, the theory is that that's their line of sight. That specific line of sight will be obfuscated, so they won't be able to be as likely as to see the switch if you're pointing it up that way. But I have found that that's not really necessary. I mean, if your actions is just, you know, nonchalant, you're kind of waving around, you're explaining what just happens, and just all of a sudden switch it, you don't have to do this robotic necktie thing. We're way over 2 minutes. That's crazy. I thought this would have been nowhere near as long as it is. So just some other things that I like to do. Watching TV, top changing. Just when I'm watching TV, it's important to keep this hand, once again, the same position as it was when you was holding their card with the switch card. Another thing is, when you're going through the house, you're out taking a stroll. We're on quarantine. People were taking walks. Deck in hand, top changing. You know, it's as easy as that, guys. That's it. Stay tuned for this weekend. I got some interesting videos lined up for this weekend. Guys, thanks for stopping over. Jorge Anito here. I hope you got some kind of benefit, some bit of value out of this. Hey, I love you guys. Much respect. And God bless.